Did you know the average person wastes over $18,000 a year on things they don't need? That's $1.5 million over a lifetime if invested wisely. Imagine retiring early, traveling the world, or building generational wealth, all because you made better financial choices. So, here's a serious question. Is your spending keeping you poor? I'll reveal key insights on what you should stop buying to fast-track your journey to wealth. By the end of this video, you'll gain actionable strategies to prioritize savings, invest wisely, and changes that will impact your life and future generations. Subscribe the Wealthy channel. Let's dive in. Number 1. The expensive illusion of latest and greatest tech. Every year, tech companies drop a new smartphone, a sleeker laptop, or the latest smartwatch, convincing you that what you already own is instantly outdated. But here's the truth. The biggest financial scam isn't hidden in shady deals. It's in your obsession with unnecessary tech upgrades. Studies show that the average person spends over $1,500 annually on upgrading gadgets that still work just fine. Meanwhile, the wealthy? They invest in assets, not fleeting luxuries. Let's talk mistakes. Buying the newest iPhone when your old one works flawlessly, upgrading gaming consoles every release, or replacing laptops just because a thinner model came out. What does this do? It drains your savings, keeps you in a cycle of financial insecurity, and worst of all, trains your mind to crave instant gratification over long-term wealth. If you truly need a tech upgrade, follow these rules. Buy only when necessary, seek refurbished deals, and delay purchases by 30 days to test if you really need it. Number 2. The silent money thief. Convenience fees. Imagine this. You work hard for your money, but instead of growing it, you're leaking cash without even realizing it. ATM fees, delivery charges, premium subscriptions, and service surcharges. These tiny conveniences add up to hundreds, even thousands of dollars a year. Take a look at your habits. Ordering food delivery because cooking feels like a hassle, using out-of-network ATMs instead of planning ahead, or paying for express services that don't actually save much time. These mistakes aren't just costing you money. They're conditioning you to exchange wealth for laziness. If you want real wealth, follow these 3 rules. Plan ahead to avoid last-minute fees, automate savings instead of payments, and ask yourself, is this charge making me richer or lazier? Because here's the brutal truth. Every dollar spent on convenience today is a dollar stolen from your future freedom. Number 3. Luxury brands, empty wallets. You see someone rocking a Gucci belt, driving a leased Mercedes, and flashing a Rolex. But here's what they won't tell you. Wealthy people don't wear their net worth on their sleeves. Studies show that more than 60% of luxury brand consumers are actually middle class, not the rich. Why? Because they're chasing the illusion of success rather than building real wealth. Spending thousands on designer clothes, handbags, and luxury cars, not as investments but as status symbols. The consequence: you're not just losing money, you're losing time, opportunities, and financial security. Want to build real wealth? Prioritize assets over aesthetics. Focus on growing your income instead of showing it off. And remember, quiet money moves in silence. Broke money shouts. Because at the end of the day, it's better to own $1 million portfolio than $1 million wardrobe. Number 4. Buying bigger homes, the mortgage trap. Owning a big house is the ultimate symbol of success, or so we've been made to believe. But here's what no one tells you. Bigger homes come with bigger financial burdens. Lisa, a young professional who resisted the urge to buy a big house early in her career. Instead, she opted for a smaller, affordable home and used the extra money to invest in rental properties. 10 years later, she built a multi-million-dollar real estate portfolio without ever being tied down by a heavy mortgage. Buying a house for status, not strategy. Taking on a 30-year mortgage that eats away at your income, leaving little room for investments. You become house-rich but cash-poor, stuck in a cycle of debt while missing out on wealth-building opportunities. Prioritize investments over square footage, and remember, a small house with big investments beats a big house with no wealth. Number 5. Emotional spending, buying happiness, selling your future. Ever had a bad day and thought, I deserve a little treat? You swipe your card, feel a rush of excitement, and for a moment, life feels better. But then the bill arrives and reality hits. Your happiness was temporary, but the financial damage is permanent. Over 80% of impulse purchases are driven by emotions, not necessity. And guess what? Retailers know this. That's why they create flash sales, limited time offers, and buy now, pay later traps to keep you spending, not saving. Want to escape this trap? Track your spending. Set a 24-hour rule before buying anything non-essential, and replace emotional spending with wealth-building habits. Happiness doesn't come from what you buy. It comes from the financial freedom you build. Number 6. Brand new cars, the fastest way to stay broke. That new car smell comes at a cost, a massive financial loss. The moment you drive a brand new car off the lot, it loses 10 to 15% of its value instantly and up to 60% in the first 5 years. Yet, millions of people still fall for the trap, financing a vehicle they can't afford just to impress people who don't even care. So, before you sign that loan agreement, ask yourself, do you want to look rich or do you want to be rich? Buy a reliable used car. Avoid unnecessary financing and invest the difference. A car should take you places, not take away your financial future. Number 7. Unnecessary subscriptions and fees. Imagine paying $20 a month for a streaming service you rarely use, $15 for a gym membership you haven't touched in months, or racking up $40 in overdraft fees simply because you didn't monitor your account. These small expenses may seem harmless, but as James Clear writes in Atomic Habits, habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Start by conducting a subscription audit. Go through your credit card statements and cancel anything you don't use regularly. Automate bill payments to avoid late fees and keep a budget to monitor where your money goes. Instead of wasting $15 a month on unused services, channel that money into a high-yield savings account or stocks. Would you rather pay for things you don't use or invest in a future you'll enjoy? The power to decide is in your hands. Number 8. High-interest debt. Debt feels like an easy shortcut. Swipe the card now, pay later. But paying later often means paying forever. High-interest debt, especially credit cards with 20 to 30% APR, is a wealth destroyer. The average person carries a credit card balance of $6,500, and if they only make minimum payments, they'll take over 17 years to pay it off, spending more on interest than the original debt. That's not just expensive, that's financial slavery. Using credit to fund a lifestyle you can't afford, vacations, gadgets, luxury items, without realizing it's costing you thousands in compound interest. Your hard-earned money goes to banks instead of your investments. Take Maria, for example. She once had $25,000 in credit card debt, paying over $6,000 a year in interest alone, more than what she invested. She finally decided to escape, using the debt snowball method, paying off the smallest debts first for momentum. In 4 years, she was debt-free and redirected that same money into investments. Stop buying things on borrowed money. Attack your debt aggressively and shift your focus to wealth building. Every dollar you waste today is a dollar stolen from your future. Start cutting out these money traps, and you'll be amazed how quickly you start building real wealth. I'm dedicated to helping you achieve financial freedom through right knowledge. If this video resonated with you, like it, share it with your friends who need it, and subscribe for more wisdom. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for joining us today. See you in the next video. Until then, take care.